update from your favorite GSM operator, AfriCell.
For all of you that have struggled to buy cash power beyond $7,000, AfriCell has done it again. The limit to buy cash power is now up to $30,000. Oh yes, $30,000.
Buy all the cash power you want from your AfriMoney account by dialing *777#.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
It's an amazing offer. AfriMoney just got way better. The threshold for cash in and cash out on your AfriMoney has been increased.
Where it used to be 10,000 per transaction, now it has been increased to 30,000. Meaning, your AfriMoney account, you can now withdraw and deposit up to $30,000 at once.
Cashing in and out just got 3 times easier. For more info, call 777.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
Trade Ministry and partners donates $500,000 worth of items to a local bakery owner. Guinean nationals in the Gambia congratulates the army for removing President Alpha Condé. And in the internationals, South Africa is intensifying efforts to develop Africa's first coronavirus vaccine. These and more stories coming your way on the news text. Hello and welcome to the news desk coming to you live on iAfrica TV, and I am Julden Suare. Now the news in detail. The Ministry of Trade, Industrial, Regional Integration and Employment through Entrepreneurship and Private Sector Development Project under the UNDP Monday handed 2 tricycles and 50 bags of flour to a bakery owner in Brahma. The gesture is meant to support and empower young Gambian entrepreneurs contributing towards the growth of the economy. Khadijatu Seka attended the training, handing over and she now reports.
Aside from rice, bread is one of the foods that is mostly consumed by the average Gambians. However, in recent years, the price of basic commodities continued to skyrocket, which compelled the Bakers Association of the Gambia to increase the prices of bread as well. Sekou Bojang, a young Gambian entrepreneur residing in Birkama, made headlines following his refusal to follow the directives of the association to increase the price of bread. Following his patriotic move, the Ministry of Trade, in partnership with Entrepreneurship and Private Sector Development Project, handed over items and promised to enlarge his bakery to support his endeavor.
So the support that we are providing to Mr. Bojang today is in 3 areas, three aspects. The project is buying 2 tricycles for the bakery to help them in the distribution of their product, to reach out to their many clients. We're also providing him with 50 bags of flour to support his operations. Apart from these 2, the project is also going to build a bakery that will be used to train Gambian youths who may be interested in bakery. So we are not only going to support his operation, but we will help in modernizing his bakery to enable him to continue doing his business.
Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Trade, Abdoulaye Jame, urged Mr. Bojang to cherish this life-changing opportunity to be able to excel in his business.
I therefore wish to encourage Mr. Bojang to make good use of the equipment that you are receiving today to support your operations and take advantage of the trade and investment opportunities in the country. You need to quickly take advantage of these huge opportunities in the domestic market, as it will help you in not only building your capacity but also expanding your business.
Making headway in a sector dominated by foreigners, Sekou Bojang hails the gesture and calls on his fellow Gambians, especially youth, to take ownership of such initiative.
We, the people of Brikama, especially youth, let us endeavor to take charge of what is ours from the hands of the foreigners. If we allow this to continue, the foreigners will do whatever they want because they are in control. If they want, they will not work, and this will affect us. Let us try and engage ourselves.
Aside from providing items to enhance businesses, they also organize training on areas of skills that can create room for self-employment. Khadijatu Seka, iAfrica News.
Trade Ministry and partners donate tricycles and bags of flour to a bakery owner in Brikama. Now, since the confirmation of an alliance between the APRC party and Barrow's National People's Party for the December presidential elections, Gambians from all walks of life have been sharing their take on the matter. Women vendors at the Serekunda market expressed mixed reactions about this collaboration. Details in this report.
This announcement came barely a week after a fraction of the Green Party held a meeting in opposition to alliance with the NPP. A possible coalition between the former ruling party and that of the incumbent President Adama Barrow has been making headlines from the past few months. Although the coalition between the two parties came as a surprise to many, there were others who were anticipating a day like this. Musumaita Mane, a vendor, described the coalition as a good initiative, adding that all tribes in the country are equal.
APRC ning MPP la coalition ngontanta bake abetata kuja unte.
I am happy with the coalition of MPP and APRC. It's not a bad thing. But what I know is that we are all equal in the Gambia, whether Fula, Jola, Sarahule, Mandinka, Manjago, Chukurol, Ako. Every tribe, we are all equal. So it's everyone's right to associate with any party. That is a good thing, and it's not a surprise come to think of it. Coalition is good and should be done.
Fatu Bayo, also a vendor, says nothing is wrong with the APRC and NPP alliance. She added that a similar thing was the reason why Jambi was ousted from power.
Bari Gambia musatil di me yalonko ntella dentala ntella tamu Gambiati.
Gambia is our country, and only one president can govern, but that president also is being elected by the people, because a president cannot elect himself, but people does. My opinion is that APRC is not the force to go in with a coalition with another party, because the former president was ousted out through a coalition, so when there is another coalition to support the president, I don't think it would be a bad idea for the country. It is true we have seen revelations from the TRRC, but that does not mean that the party did it.
Fatu Maron says she is worried about the NPP-APRC coalition because of what has transpired in the country.
For me, it is a disgrace and shameful because a lot of things had happened here. 4 years back, lots of things happened in this country, and just yesterday I heard that there is now a coalition between APRC and MPP. It worries me a lot.
Gambia's forthcoming election is barely 3 months away, where Gambians will elect a new head of state to steer the affairs of the country for another 5 years. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Daisy.
Women vendors react to NPP-APRC coalition. Now, real estate developers in Ghana have started their construction activities following the easing of the coronavirus restrictions in the country. Despite the positive beginning, some real estate developers are worried of the high cost of the building materials, which according to them is affecting their income. Details in this report.
Kojo Williams's real estate business took a hit when the COVID-19 pandemic struck last year. Lockdown restrictions forced him to halt all his building projects.
People were not sure about the future because of the pandemic, so everybody wanted to hold on to whatever they had. So all agreements and investment, sources and all of that became pending, because people wanted to know what the pandemic would bring and how to pan out.
With restrictions now eased, Williams says his business is beginning to pick up, but building houses has become more expensive.
The cost of construction materials over the past year or so, the costs have gone up, some going up as high as 40 to 80%. And that has actually thrown a lot of our calculations, and our permutations, out of gear.
According to government data, the real estate industry contributed significantly to Ghana's economic growth at the end of last year, when coronavirus restrictions were eased. Real estate developers say they are having to push up prices due to the rising cost of building materials. This 4-bedroom home was $180,000 before the pandemic hit. It's now on the market for $210,000. Ratings agency Fitch
and majority were victims of atrocities meted to them by state agents and Jammeh cohorts. The testimonies were amazing and painful to the Gambian population. President Barrow promised justice for victims when TRRC concludes its mandate and submission of recommendations. Now, the center says it is terrified and concerned this coalition would waiver the implementation of the TRRC recommendations by the government and deter the healing process. The group describes the alliance as outrageous and unpatriotic and urges Gambians to sternly